Together we go forward in our mission of higher education, in the spirit of mercy as part of the Catholic tradition. We look to the heritage, spirituality, and work of the Sisters of Mercy as the sponsor of our institutions, both for dialogue and inspiration. In the spirit of Catherine Macaulay, they in turn seek to support and empower the wider circle of mercy in the needed works of mercy in the world today. This year, the Sisters of Mercy of the Americas will be convening their governing meeting called a chapter, which happens every 6 years. The delegates to the chapter will be meeting during the days of April 12th to the 22nd in St. Louis. They will examine where mercy has been in the last 6 years, take stock of the present moment, elect a new leadership team, and set direction for the path ahead in terms of priorities and attention to the spiritual life of mercy as contemplation and action, or contemplation in action. Aware of Mercy Higher Education's part in the broader circle of mercy, we support them in their process and join the Sisters of Mercy mindfully during the coming days in April. As a broad community of mercy, we are not alone in our work of higher education. Certainly, we stand with streams of laborers throughout history and heritage, with people committed to the vital need and gift of education and research, and to the very wonder of learning, which is elemental to the nature of being and developing as communities of human beings. Learning is a response to curiosity, to a thirst to understand and to connect with more of life, and it has an innate sense of hope, of future about it. It also requires, no, it demands commitment. The Catholic intellectual tradition's dedication to learning, its pursuit of ethical principles associated with Catholic social teaching, and other collections of principles continues to rest not in abstract, out-of-reach ideas, but in the heart and soul of curiosity, thirst for knowledge and connection, and in hope. Together we explore what it means to be human in the broader creation, and we ask, how can we live fairly and well as a society, as communities, families, and individually? Learning involves contemplative and experiential processes. These processes are both with others and alone. For centuries, reading has been a crucial tool in the learning process, and as with reading, skimming or constant scrolling is not adequate. Learning requires time, effort, focus, and habit, lifelong commitment to building and growing integrated abilities, skills, and understandings, bases of knowledge that lead to thinking well, and doing so in an ethical, relational context. We observe this wondrous developmental process happening with our students, and hopefully with ourselves as well. A love of learning, lifelong learning, is essential to society and to our commitment to helping to grow a more just and kinder world, and not just a sustainable earth environment, but one that is healing and regenerative. Without a passion for learning, deep learning that engages and touches mind, heart, body, and soul, how can we be about mercy? Learning is not separate from ethical questions, but is a robust, integrated adventure. When Catherine Macaulay was developing the program at the House of Mercy, she traveled to France to learn all she could about new teaching methods. She always had mentors and guides and dialogue partners throughout her life, and in turn, she was for others. We each are part of the Catholic intellectual tradition and the Mercy higher education tradition, which bequeath to us vital treasures, such as the love of learning and sharing in the great dialogue, which always aims for goodness and truth in a world that is at its core sacred and beautiful. How do we, each of us, model this adventure for our learning communities? What learning adventure have you been on lately? Where did your learning process take you to last year? What do you hope for this year? Where do you see a fear of learning and or a lack of experience with habits that foster learning? And how can we better create cultures of learning? Your facilitator will give you a few minutes for dialogue around these questions.